The campaign, to be conducted in collaboration with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA), will be officially inaugurated by Governor Sheriff Oborevwori on Monday, February 3, 2025, at a ceremony scheduled to take place at the Unity Hall of the Government House in Asaba. It is slated to run until February 15th, encompassing various schools in selected local government areas identified as high-risk zones for drug abuse. The Director General of the Delta State Communication and Orientation Bureau, Dr. Fred Latimo, also appealed to the media to partner with the Bureau to ensure that the campaign against drug abuse is successful in the state.
The campaign that His Excellency is about to flag off on the 3rd of February at Unity Hall, Government House, Asaba. Because the governor has mandated this bureau to commence, a statewide sensitization campaign, which we have christened Drug-Free Delta. The idea behind Drug-Free Delta is to ensure that use of illicit drug and drug abuse is reduced to the barest minimum in the state. But the flag off, we are starting with secondary schools across the 3 senatorial districts. In fact, selected secondary schools. Because there are areas, there are certain local governments that the report on drug abuse is not that prevalence. They are not, it's not serious, it's very minimal, and so we do not intend to bother or to awaken the consciousness of the students there who are really not into this drug abuse that we are talking about. So there are schools that we have been able to map out. And from on the 3rd of February to on the 18th, we'll be on the road on this campaign to sensitize the students on the need to abstain from hard drugs and drug abuse. He came to this state as the commander of NDLEA. He has done a tremendous job. And the kind of result he has been able to achieve for this state and for his agency is monumental. So I'm only going to tell you about our intention briefly, and then Commander Wada will speak more extensively on this issue. And he also directed the Bureau to work very closely with the commander of the NDLEA, who is sitting on my right-hand side. And we have a working agreement on how this sensitization will go. Then to my left is Mrs. Ikolomi Tracy. You all know her. She's a veteran journalist and a union leader too in the field of journalism, and she's the director of the State for National Orientation Agency. We want the media to help us to propagate this campaign, to be able to help us bring this message, drive it to a logical conclusion on a regular basis. As we move around, we'll be sending you our clips and our stories and what we have achieved in our campaign process. And we are appealing to members of the press to also help us to disseminate this information through your various channels, to members of the public.
The effort the CEO has been putting into this issue, knowing fully well the problems drug abuse is creating for our society. And it's something that he has been doing. We have been partnering on many occasions, and we are taking this partnership to another level, because this kind of initiative is the first of its kind, to best of my knowledge. And we cannot resolve, we cannot just say we are solving it completely, but the idea is what the CEO mentioned, is to bring it down to the barest minimum. Because we know there are social conditions that are creating this problem, and there are some that are making it worse. So it's for that reason that the need for us to collaborate, especially when we have key agencies like the State Bureau of Communication and Orientation and NOAA, knowing fully well that information is lacking in many areas. People don't really see the problem as problem of others, but it's a problem that's for all of us, because we never can tell how drug issue can affect us or affect the people we love. When we ever look at the rate of the problem of insecurity, for instance, acts of criminality, almost all are associated with drug abuse. Almost all, especially the violent ones, banditry, cultism, kidnapping, murder, assassination, all are somehow related to drug abuse. Because it's when people use drug that they will have that kind of mindset to do evil of that nature. So it really highlighted the need for key stakeholders to work together in partnership to tackle these menace to the barest minimum. And one area we identified is the need to create public awareness, because awareness is lacking.
The press, government, civil society, families, as well as every individual that make up the society. And we are here to look at few strategies that we can use to ensure that we combat this drug abuse. And one of them is strengthening the law enforcement agencies like the NDLEA, the police, and other military organizations that can help us to nip this drug use of drug at its bud. We must ensure that our law enforcement agencies have the capabilities to combat this drug trafficking and also distribution, like our NDLEA commandant has said. It's not just the use of the drug itself. The people involved in getting the drugs to these people, we must ensure that they are also nabbed by our law enforcement agencies to reduce this trafficking of drug and distribution of drugs. And also we need to have more trainings. Like it says, it's not a situation of condemning them, but helping them. And so it's our duty to be our brother's keeper. In NOA, we talk about the law of being your brother's keeper. And we'll call it care duty. That is, you owe your brother, you owe your sister a duty to care. If you see somebody dying, like what they do these days, everybody will be taking pictures. It's sad. We need to stop that and ensure that we are partners and we are our brother's keeper. And then the community must be involved. You know, not just the school. The schools are there, all right, the teachers, the heads, but our communities, those in charge of the community, especially our traditional rulers, they should be involved in this fight against drug abuse so that we can have a holistic approach to to curb this drug abuse, the illicit use of drugs, especially by the young ones. And also NGOs. We have a lot of non-governmental organizations working on such activities. They should be involved. Education is a very powerful tool. And so we need to go out there to tell the people that there's need for them to stop, you know, this illicit use of drugs.
Role to play in sending this information